Alright everybody, so this is the start of my DBOG beginner guide with Karma SB. Longtime viewers will remember Karma. He's been around a very long time. Basically, we're going to be following Karma's journey through DBOG. Bro has not played in years, so he's basically a beginner. And I'm going to be guiding him through the game. And you can follow along if you're a beginner. I'm going to give lots of tips. I'm going to go over basically every mechanic I can think of in this guide. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys can just have something to chill with when you're starting your new DBOG slot, starting your DBOG journey, or if you're a long-time player, you just want to listen and have fun. Because this is going to be a fun series, and it's awesome, man. This is inspired by DeTruthDT's Dokkan beginner guide with Iron Cane. That's kind of what I'm going for here, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. This is part 1. Many more parts coming. So the first thing you have to do in DBOG, obviously, is make a character, right? Everyone knows that. So hit create new character. So the first thing we're going to hit is race. So we're going to go through each race. The bottom left is the racial stat multiplier. So every race has that. It's a little table. It's a trait table, we call it. Basically, when you put one stat in the health, it gives you 0.95 of a health stat. And in physical damage or key damage, it gives you 1.1 of a damage stat. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So in DBOG, you get stats for leveling up as well. And this actually carries over to those stats as well. So you have hidden stats. Like Final Stand gave you, like, you know, hidden stats when you transformed with key max and health max. It's like that. So, like, there's hidden stats the game doesn't tell you about that's tied to your level. Basically, that is pretty important, but honestly, the way stats work, it's not super important because stats level matter more based on your level in this game, more so than that stat thing, like stat points. So if you want to go through each race, first you'll see racial ability as well. So back on Saiyan, it doubles your basic attack damage when your health bar turns red. So you can go through each race and just like look and see they all have different racial stat multipliers and racial abilities.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can just go through and click on each one and see them all if you want. So, is there any races that like really caught your eye that you want to look at for now?
Well, this racial ability seems pretty good.
That racial ability actually is really good, yeah.
That makes sense.
So, I made a tier list recently, and I'm really confident in the tier list because I've been playing DBOG more recently, and I've had a little bit more experience with some of the races. And the Z tier is almost every race except for like 4 of them, I think. Yeah, the races in this game are really good. So the only 2 terrible races, and again, they're not terrible for PvE, really. It's just kind of like, you know, PvP. Like, the abilities and shit aren't as, like, strong. Is actually Saiyan is, like, the second worst race, maybe. Or the worst, funnily enough. So, hit Saiyan. Yeah, this guy. That race ability kind of sucks. And the reason why it sucks is because you have to be in red health. And a lot of players do so much damage that when you're in red health, you're like one shot.
Oh.
So like, it can clutch for you in PvP really easily, like it definitely can. And you can abuse it for PvE as well. But the thing is if you die in a raid, which is like the actual content of the game that matters, like, because, you know, in the overworld, you can just respawn, right?
Right.
In a raid, you can't respawn. So if you just and the bosses in this game are like stupidly like broken, like the AI is broken, so like they can kill you whenever they freaking choose, basically. So that's why that ability sucks, actually. And then in PvP, again, players can just one-tap you. So it's a clutch ability, which isn't as strong as the other abilities. I think it's getting reworked. And then the other terrible race, Namekian.
Let's see.
So you would think that was good, but how DBOG PvP works is like there's not a lot of free time to use that, and so it actually kind of is dookie. And it doesn't even help that much in PvE. Not really, right? Because senzu beans are kind of like really easy to get in this game, so it's kind of it's kind of.
Yeah.
If you probably remember Majin being really strong in the original game, remember?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember a lot of that.
Yeah, they were very, very, very powerful. Remember we were doing videos of like full Super Saiyan versus Absorption Majin?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So back in the day, Majins couldn't transform if they absorbed. Now they can, by the way. They can now.
Oh,
And they can absorb fusions and Patara fusions.
that sounds pretty fair.
Yeah, it's super fair. It's super fair, yeah, yeah. Also, if you land the skill in ranked, it's a one-shot move if you beat them in the minigame. Because you just absorb them.
Just a one shot. Okay.
Yeah, but it's pretty
Yeah.
hard to land, obviously. But, like, I remember I used to kill people with that in ranked, like, back in the day. Like, I used to just land it and beat people. Because they weren't expecting it. Majin, I consider the best PvE race. But you need, like, for the sake of this tutorial, it'd actually be bad because, like, you can't absorb me because I'm too high level. I could make a slot, like, with you and level up with you, but that kind of goes against everything that we're trying to do. So we're gonna, like, just leave Majin out of your picks. Just, unless you really want to, like, I'm down. Like, we could just go to a public server and have you absorb someone, and if someone tries to do something about it, I'll just fucking kill them. But, like, I would rather just do it all in a private server and have you have, like, basically no help. We'll probably get viewers in for raids. That sounds fun. Other than that, though. And they also have the regen skill, which is way better than the Namekian's regen. It's still hard to land in PvP, but if you do, like, it's insane. And again, like, for raids, the regen, like, is really good. Again, senzus are a thing right now, but I have a feeling that they might like, item lock raids in the future, which I believe they should do that, because senzus are too OP. But if they ever do that, then Majins and Namekians automatically become much better. Obviously, certain races are melee races and other races are key races. So Majin is a key race. Saiyan, Full Saiyan is a melee race, and then I would say Half Saiyan is probably better for key, but you can also do melee as well. And then if you want to just go through the races and, like, look at their ability, I don't know if you already have or not, but if there's any that catch your eye. I will say Android is probably, like, the best PvP race.
Auto key regen. Key control.
It's really fun. You can't charge as an Android, but
Yeah, makes sense.
it's really fun.
Oh, I kind of want to be a bio android.
Really?
Yeah. It's Ultra Cell just released in Legends.
Oh, yeah?
What is this race, bro?
That's the fish race. So,
No.
do you want to be like a boxer? Do you want to be a key blaster? Or do you want to be like a mix?
Let's go key.
Okay, I would say, so Yardrat, you'd look at their stats and you'd think they're a key race, but they're actually, like, one of the greatest boxing races there is.
Oh.
So you get faster key gain when hitting opponents, and that actually levels up your max power as well for your ultimate. So you can just infinitely box people and then use your ultimate and then keep boxing them. It's really sick. I would say Tuffle, but the fucking devs don't want to fix the bug. Their racial ability doesn't work in PvE. Kai, Demon, Half Saiyan, Human, Frost Demon. If you want to be any of those races, that's probably, like, your best bet. Demons and Kais are really cool. They're basically the same thing as each other, except one is key damage and one is melee. And Kai especially, I think, is good for a beginning race, because it's, like, one of the better mixed races, not for melee and key, but for M1s and key. Because if you see what it says, your basic M1s, if you have an energy weapon equipped, do key damage. And they do even more than M1s would do normally.
No, screw it. Let's just go bio android.
Alright, that's fine. So you're gonna be a key, like a primary key race, okay?
Alright.
Alright. You can go ahead and just make it however you want to. This doesn't matter at all. There's nothing hidden.
Alright, we'll do this. It's good enough for me.
You just want to be Cell?
Yeah, I just want to be Cell.
Okay, he just wants to be Cell. Alright, sweet. The next, before you move or anything, the next thing I want to talk about is game passes. So,
Okay.
let me just like explain the game passes to you. So, there's like different, if you want to pull it up as well, you don't have to screen share it, but like just pull it up so that you can see it. There's like the packs, like the Dragon Ball pack, the add-on packs, stuff like that. Those aren't really like amazing. They're just like, if there's something in there that you like, go for it. But again, I don't recommend you buy them really. Dragon Radar is pretty good with infinite battery. You can get it for free, but like the paid one is way better.
Yeah.
Gravity Room Training and Time Chamber are easily the best game passes, I would say. You can get them for free, but it like you have to pay a lot of Zenny for each use. So you have to grind like every day. You have to do like every quest every day basically to be able to afford them every day. So it's just a lot more grinding. But they're definitely like the best. And again, even when you have them, it's gonna take you like, let me see. It's gonna take you literally a month of grinding every day to max them out. And it's not the most fun thing. Time Chamber isn't so bad, but Gravity Room sucks right now. Like it's so unfun. So like, you know, they are reworking it though. Taunt Pack 1 is
like,
fire. Can't lie.
It's like Final Sans Time Chamber.
Slightly, but not really.
Oh.
Final Stance Time Chamber was just for XP. This Time Chamber has a lot of unique uses. Like you can there's a typing mini game to max your to like do your stats. You can get your stats naturally just by like, you know, flying around gives you agility. Punching someone gives you melee, getting hit gives you health, stuff like that. And then you can also master your forms a lot faster in the Time Chamber as well, which is really sweet. 2 times mastery is self-explanatory. Basically, there's a mastery system in the game. Forms take a decent amount of time to master. It's a nice game pass to have. And then the only other one that's... I mean, Elder Kai's offline training gives you half your XP bar once a day every time you log in, which is pretty nice, but it's not needed at all. It's super cheap, though. The Time Patrol pack and the Time Breaker pack both give you like a cool raid you can go to, but I mean the Time Patrol pack is pretty crappy in my opinion. The Time Breaker pack gives you 2 mentors, which both give you like pretty cool moves. So honestly, the Time Breaker pack is really good, but it's pretty expensive. Other than that, like, all the other game passes is pretty self-explanatory, just like, if you like them, buy them. But none of it really gives you anything crazy that you need or anything. Yeah, those are the Cell forms. And then there's also a Legend form on top of that, and then a, Mystic, like, Ultimate form.
Oh.
Yeah. So... And now that I explained the game passes, I'm going to explain the controls. So obviously WASD is to move. Middle mouse button is lock on if you are near something.
Alright, yeah.
You know, do you have it set to like Q and E or left click, right click?
Left click and right click.
Okay, good. I was going to take away your Final Stand license. And then obviously 1 through 6 you can use your moves. Some moves you can only use while locked on. If you charge it fully, it does do more damage, by the way.
Oh, I blew that up, bro.
You did do that, bro, for real. Oh god, he's literally Cell. This is what Cell did when he hatched, bro. He's like, he shot blast. He's like, yo, I can blow shit up. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hi.
So yeah, that's locking on. Wild
counter.
Sense is a counter, yeah. Counters are really good in this game, unlike most other games for some reason. Counters are really good in this game. And then if you hold charge, so which is shift, so if you hold it all the way, you'll get your ultimate bar, and then you can use your ultimate.
Yeah, my ultimate didn't do nothing.
Yeah, I blocked it. So R is block. When you're blocking, it slowly drains your defense, which is on the top left. I'll explain the HUD in a second. While you're blocking, you can use your evasive as well. After Image is an amazing evasive. Honestly, I would never use Explosive Wave. After Image is just so cool and unique and awesome. And then, I guess, what else should I explain with the controls? There's really not much else to really explain. M is your menu, of course. You probably already knew that. So I guess I'll go over the UI now. So, obviously, top left is your health bar. You have 2 health bars, so when that one drains, there's another one behind it.
Alright.
Defense is like your vanishes, your evasives. It's like stamina from Xenoverse, basically. The blue bar is your actual stamina, which is basically like stamina. You like pressing X, you can Zanzo-ken, which is like vanishing. That takes stamina. Flying takes stamina, like fast flying, and then it's also basically your key bar for melee moves. So if you use high speed rush, you'll see it takes the blue bar and not the key bar. You might not have enough stamina in you right now. Go for it.
Huh?
High speed rush.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, there you go. As you can see, it took quite a bit of agility, stamina, whatever.
Nice.
And then obviously the yellow bar is your key bar. So even for melee ultimates, you need to charge your key bar all the way to be able to use your melee ultimates. And then obviously above that is your XP bar. That's pretty, you know, self-explanatory. And then you can see your enemy HP and everything when you're locked on to people. And then if you hit tab, so this is the I guess like the quest thing. I don't know. The quest finder, the quest viewer, it's called, okay.
Yeah.
So, whenever you have an active quest, it tells you where to go. It tells you where the quests are. So, you can hit tab again. We're going to ignore this for now. Hit M. So, hit back. So, this is like the main thing. You can hit customize, and that's like how you go to your masters, your skills, you access your inventory, and you can change your color for certain things there. You only have that clothing for now. Stats. So this is your this is how you up your stats and everything basically. Go back. Animation set. So this is your animations. So you can buy animations with Zenny. And if you go back, hit shop.
Shop.
Animation shop. So yeah, this is where you can buy like stances. So like you can get like Goku's fighting stance, stuff like that. Fighting style as well. We're gonna come back to fighting style. It's not super important right now. But it is a very important part of the game. And then I guess that's about it. Obviously there's the skill shop you can open up, the Robux shop you can open up. The Robux shop is where you access stuff like 2 times XP. As well. Hit back. Travel. So this is how you access other worlds once you get to that level. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Hit options. So you can mute the music, which I think you already have.
Yeah.
I like it muted because it's too loud. Graphics, input, it's all like, none of this really matters. The only thing I'll say is go to customize.
Customize.
Fighting style. So hit assault chase. So this, I don't know what I want to say about this because I barely understand this. But basically, this is affecting how your fighting style's animations play out, and it does matter. So I would say just hit balance because in my experience, balance is the best one. It gives you the longest combo strings. So yeah, I don't. What's my name for you?
Huh?
Yes, you. Is that my nickname? Did you nickname me?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that nicknamed?
Isn't that just your nickname?
Why did you nickname me
Roblox.
Yes, you?
I don't think I nicknamed you that though.
I didn't. That's not my name on. My name on
What is
Roblox
it?
is the Final Stand Goat, bro.
I don't know why it's yes you then. Okay.
All right. Anyway, I think that's about it for the UR. Let's go ahead and just do your starting quests. So if you open the
Alright.
quest viewer, it's gonna ask you to fly over to this building over here. So you just walk through the door. So yeah, that's like the very, very beginning of the game. Like that should explain the GUI, the, you know, the HUD controls, stuff like that. And then if you want to spend game passes early on, stuff like that. So yeah, this is where you can scroll through and look at the clothing, but again, there's like
How do I get out of here?
there's a back button
yeah.
behind the HUD. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
You don't want to click that. You don't need to
Yeah.
talk to that. That you can pay Robux to redo your design, basically. So if you ever change your mind about looking like Cell and you want to look like something else, but why would you? Why would you want to look like anything else?
I'm perfect.
Exactly. Well, you're not perfect yet. You're
Soon,
imperfect.
Josh.
And then yeah, just there's one last marker for Baba. So
Yeah, you're pretty fast.
as you level up, you're gonna get faster, and then if you get Kaioken, you're also gonna get even faster. So you can see I'm pretty fast. It sucks that Kaioken was regulated to like a speed buff in this game. It's good for fusions, but other than that, like it's kind of pointless. Other than like making you faster, it's not like, you know, Goat Giga Chad Final Stand where it, you know, you can activate it mid move. So cool. Oh yeah, Baba doesn't really matter, but you can buy Senzu beans from here and the fruit of the tree of Might, which is kind of cool, I guess. But other than that, none of that stuff really does any. It does something, I think, but I couldn't tell you. I don't think anyone could tell you what it does. So just ignore Baba unless you want Senzu beans, which you don't really need, because again, it's a Roblox game. When you die, you just respawn.
Yeah.
I would say come here then now. So, hit tab. So we're gonna fly to these purple quests before we get you doing anything. So what we're gonna do is get you doing all these freebie quests. This is what I recommend everyone does before they do the story. Can I disable that? There we go. Much better. This is what I recommend everyone does. So just go to this purple quest. And we're gonna fly all the way up to Kame's Lookout. The quest is to talk to Popo. Alright, talk to Popo. And then we're gonna jump down and land on Kame's Lookout.
Alright.
So, again, jump down, don't fly down.
Oh, bro.
There's an invisible thing, yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
It goes quite a while. I don't know why. Just start flying when you get near the lookout.
Yeah.
So this is a daily quest, so obviously you can do it daily. The purple quest you can only do once. So just speak to him. Ow.
My bad.
It's okay. And then just jump down. And then you speak to the bag. Alright. We're not gonna touch your stats yet. Just look for the next purple quest and fly to it.
Okay.
Just any of them. It doesn't matter which order. So the thing with the purple quest is there's no fighting involved. Actually, while we're in the city, fly to me. We're gonna do this quest first. Oh, there's one more thing I need to tell you about too. So hit V. This is key sense. So you can lower your output as well here. And you can, obviously, you can sense other people's key. Alright, speak to this quest. And then V to turn it off as well. And then the person is just over here.
Alright.
So yeah, key sense is nice if if you can't find me. I went to the wrong person. Alright, let's go. There is one more quest we could do, real quick. I think it's this person? No, it's not. I don't... Chat, should I do the quest? It's like, it's the kill players quest. Should I let him kill me 3 times? Or is this is this not beginner friendly?
No, I think it's beginner friendly.
Okay, cool. Everyone has a friend that will let them kill him. No? Everyone's... Okay. If I reset, it gives you credit. So key sense me, and I'll spawn when I spawn in. Yep, there you go. We're just gonna do it, Chad. It can't be that bad.
Yeah, I'm a PvP goat anyways.
It's true. He just one-comboed me.
I don't remember what rank I was when I played this game. I was pretty high rank though.
Yeah, in Earth, bro, before, you know, Sling happened.
Yeah, is that still a thing?
Yeah, but it's like... It's slightly better now. Slightly. Alright, bro, let me get my 3.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, man, thanks. I really need it. Yeah, let me make this go faster. Hold on. Alright, thanks, bro. I needed that. I needed those many.
Alright, GG's.
GG, bro. Alright. Now you can go to your special quest. I just want you to do this first. And if you're playing along with this and you're a beginner, I also, I would recommend you wait till I say what I have to say about the stats, but if you don't want to, just follow your race. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you're a Saiyan, do melee damage. If you're half Saiyan, do key damage, I guess. But I also recommend people don't even touch damage at the start, and I'll explain that at the end. But just, if you're impatient, just follow your race. It's not that bad. We're just gonna let him do these quests first. There should be one more.
Alright, yep, over there.
Okay, so while this one's a little like flight, so while we're flying, I'll explain the stats a little more. So health is pretty self-explanatory. I also think that health is like one of the best stats in the game to bump because in my testing, as how the stats currently are now, health gives you the most for like per stat point. Like it gives you the most value per stat point in my opinion. And based on what I found, I've spent hours and hours and lots of Robux resetting my stats testing this. Health gives the most benefit, I would say. Agility and key control are weird. So they're both basically useless.
Just like Final Save.
Well, key max was really good.
With agility, mainly.
Yeah. Well, not if you asked someone.
Yeah, I know.
But, basically, agility does make your movement faster, but that doesn't really matter when you're high level and you have Kaioken, you're fast as hell anyway. You can fly to your next story quest if you want. It should be the red one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, agility is not really worth bumping and key control, except for a couple exceptions, which I will say. And then physical damage and key damage as well. It just depends on your race, what you should be doing. I don't necessarily recommend a mixed build. I say that, my Saiyan is kind of a mixed build, but that's just more so for fun. I think that just leveling up will give you enough damage in the other category, so you can maximize your points into whichever category you have more, like, use in. For, like, melee, for example. If you're a melee build, I don't recommend doing key damage. If you want to use key moves, you absolutely can, because that's how the game works now, and people complain about it, but they're just dumb. They don't understand that it's a good thing.
It is.
So yeah, you can absolutely still get away with using key moves. They're still gonna do pretty decent damage. Alright, this is your first boss fight against Mercenary Tile, and then we're gonna end the first part here. Obviously, I'm assuming you're down to keep recording more.
Yeah.
I want to get through Earth, maybe.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Yeah, he's a boss.
Talk first.
No, he did not want to talk first. Lock on to him.
Oh yeah, I can lock on. Yeah.
If you lock onto me, you can scroll wheel, and it'll change the lock on.
Bang!
Bang! I like it.
No, that's not my wild sense. Oh. Oh.
You'll get used to how the NPCs work. Counters against NPCs are pretty hard to hit unless they're using a rush move on you.
I see. That.
And then you can vanish with X, and then if you hit someone, you can vanish to like use stamina to go behind them. So X. Oh, it's okay. When you knock people back, typically that's when you can do it. Try to block those ki blasts. R. And then now that we're in a fight, I can teach you more controls. Okay, so if someone rushes you, blocking it actually stuns you like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, block and left click is a throw. Good job. If you're blocking and someone hits you with some key moves, you can use A or D while blocking to deflect. And then obviously F is your normal little ki blasts. So if you hit F right now, you'll shoot little ki blasts. There you go. Those aren't that bad. They're okay. They're good for finishing someone who lives on a sliver of health and for applying pressure in PvP. If you ever feel the need to use your evasive, use After Image.
Yeah.
Very amazing move. After Image, on my Saiyan that's level 700, After Image is both my evasives, so I don't ever want to use a different one. I love After Image so much. I want you to bait him into using a move on you. So like, okay.
Sure.
There, or that. So if he rushes at you, use Wild Suns, okay? And if he does a ki blast, try to deflect it.
Okay.
Fly backwards after this.
Did he just miss me? Bruh.
Deflect. A.
I mitigate is not deflecting.
Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. It's weird.
Oh.
I think it depends on like how quickly you block it or not.
Oh.
You also don't have any defense now. Oh, maybe you didn't have enough defense to deflect. I don't know. Let me stop messing with you. You finish him.
Alright.
You'll have plenty of time to learn the mechanics. This is your first boss fight. Teaching you every mechanic in the game would be a little redundant. Oh, and you're dead. He's using his ult.
Yeah.
Ow, ow.
Yeah.
I bought you time.
I don't need help, man.
I bought you time. It's okay.
I'm gonna LF him.
LF him.
Oh.
You got LF'd, pal. That's embarrassing. Died the Tau? Couldn't it be me?
It's warm up.
Is this Iron Cane version 2? Yes. I'm glad someone got it. Yeah.
Where is he?
You can open your quest marker to find him. He'll respawn where... No, not that one. Yeah, the marker.
Alright.
Round 2. Yeah, I may have overwhelmed you a little bit with the mechanics. It's okay. We'll get them down. I just want you to be aware of them.
Bang! Alright. Okay.
The AI is not so easy to predict in this game. They're a little sporadic.
Damn it.
Yeah, with those rushes, you need to perfect block them. Or Wild Suns.
Oh, it didn't deflect. I tried.
There you go, good job. Here, deflect us. I'm gonna charge a beam. There you go.
Oh, that's tough.
That's pretty sweet. It works on volleys too, so if I ki blast you, block. It's pretty sweet. There's no real value from doing it.
So it's just aura farming?
It's aura farming, yes. Absolutely. So that's why you should do it.
Yeah.
Alright. That's the last quest we're gonna do, so I'm gonna explain a couple things. So when you killed him, you got a new mentor, which is the Mercenary Tau mentor. We're gonna explore that, because funnily enough, the first mentor you unlock might be the greatest one of all time. Mercenary Tau's fighting style and his ultimate are extremely overpowered. They're amazing. I will continue on that in a next episode. If you open your stats, let's go ahead and put your stats in. So here's the thing. I did say that agility and key control was useless, except for a couple exceptions. Exception number 1, if your race ability coincides with agility and key control, such as Android, I recommend on Android, who have the auto key regeneration, remember, you do like 1,000 key control. Like, that is great. It'll help your ability a lot. I do recommend you put your stats in based on helping your race's ability. So for example, Android, you do that, key control. For Saiyan, I recommend you do health. Because the more health you have, the more your red HP lasts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, that's what I recommend for Saiyan. Same with maybe half Saiyan, but if you want to go for a nuking build on a half Saiyan, you can just do straight key damage. Frieza's, I recommend you don't do too much key control probably, and just stick to damage. Stuff like that, right? For Bio Android, as you can see, you get health regen when charging key. So that is a percentage based. Now, based on math, what do you think is good? Bumping a lot of health, right?
Yeah, adding a lot of health.
Because it's the more health you have, that's 1% of health, you know, per whatever half. I think it's like every second you get like a percent, or like, what is it, like half second you get a percent of health or something like that. Something like, I don't know. Here, you know what? Start charging. So you can see it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Right? That's in a PvP fight, if you get a couple seconds to do that, that's pretty good. So in the long term, we're gonna be doing health, but not right now. At the early game, health and damage is kind of inconsequential. You don't really need it. What you do need is agility and or key control, and I'll tell you why. Once you hit 300 output on agility or key control, there is like, what would you call it? Like a hidden bonus. There's a hidden like skill, I guess. Not really skill. It's a hidden ability, I would say. So when you do your I want you to do your ultimate on me. So you see you're in your maximum key mode, right?
Yes.
Just you can close the menu and do your ultimate on me. It took every last bit of your key, right?
Yes.
If you get to 300 key control, it will send you back to your full yellow bar. Make sense? So you'll still have key. And since you're a key damage race, your race ability favors key users because you're prompted to charge more often, which is for key, right?
Right.
I recommend you go all your stats into key control until it hits 300.
All right.
That's a genuine recommendation. I think you're trolling if you don't do that. Now agility. Agility is the same thing for melee users. Except agility is if you're a melee race and you're a melee build and you're not using any key moves, you're not using key ultimates, key control is useless to you. It does nothing. However, if you're a key user, agility still does something. It gives you more stamina, so that way you can do this, you can run, you can, there's movement in the game that takes agility, right? Or it takes stamina, I should say, which is linked to your agility stat. So and the other thing too is there's some really good key ults that for some reason take agility. So if you want to, you can even do 300 key control and agility. Maybe you only want to do like 150 agility, though I think that's kind of redundant because the difference between 150 agility and no agility is almost nothing. When you're like higher level, it's almost nothing. So I'll let you decide what you want to do, but I recommend you, if you have the stats to spare, then I would say 300 into agility isn't that big of a deal. I will mention this though. With Time Chamber and Gravity Room, what those do, basically, that's so good, is they give you straight points applied to your stats. 280 into each for Time Chamber. Does anyone in chat know Gravity Chamber? But it's 280 in each for Time Chamber. and you can get 10 every day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's 10 every day up to 280. Now, what does that mean? It means you can get almost all of your skill points applied into agility and key control for your bonus from Time Chamber alone. However, that takes a month to do. Right? So
Yeah.
that is a little tedious for a starting game player. I genuinely recommend you, at the start of the game, do agility and key control, or just one of them, whichever one is working for you, whatever you're building your build around. And from there, don't even... If you have Time Chamber and you're going to do it, then do that, and then summon the Dragon Balls and wish for a stat reset. And then rearrange your stats based on the new base form power that you're going to have from Time Chamber, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And then Gravity Room can... I don't know what it gives you, maybe like another 100, but it gives you enough to get to that 300 mark, which is what I'm working towards right now. I'm almost done with my Time Chamber completely. Which goes to show you how annoying Time Chamber can be. I'm literally, Mr. DBOG, and I don't even have my Time Chamber maxed. It gives 180. Okay, so Gravity Room gives you 180, which is actually a lot. So, again, you don't need to put any stats into those if you're going to max those out, but early game, I recommend you do it, because it's just one Dragon Ball Wish, or some Robux, and you're fixed. So, there's no reason not to do it.
Yeah.
So, I know that was a lot of mouth vomit, so TLDR. Health is probably the strongest stat, period. You want at least 300 agility or key control, and I would say in most cases at most 300 agility and key control. And again, I'm talking output. So if you hit M and you go to your stats, you'll see you put 151 in the key control, you have 151 output. That's because your key control stat is 1, right?
Yeah.
If it was lower than 1, you would have less than 150 output. I'm doing a fighting style tier list very soon. I'm like a third of the way done ranking all the fighting styles, not gonna lie. But anyway, yeah. So that's what I recommend for the stats early game, is you just do, if you're a key build, all key control. If you're a melee build, all agility. And then you get that until you're exactly 300 output. And then you can move on to health and damage from there. Or the other stat, key control or agility. That's it for the guide. Not really much else to say. That's part 1. We talked about most of the beginner stuff and how to set yourself up for success and all that. One thing I do recommend, I want to throw in just as a little quick tip. Don't waste your Zenny. None of the skills in the shop are necessary to buy, really, like right now. The animations, if you want to spend Zenny on animations, that's worth it, just because, you're getting your drip. You're making your character your own. That's the most fun part about this game, is the customization. There's so much customization. If you want to spend Zenny on some clothes, do it.
Is there a cell fighting style?
There is, but you have to unlock it.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of fighting styles you get through fighting mentors. Every mentor gives you their fighting style. You know what's funny?
What?
Jace is like the best PvP fighting style.
Yeah, I'm getting it then.
No, it's terrible for PvE.
I don't remember using it.
It's okay, you have it. Okay. Bro just spent 4k Zenny. That's crazy. Alright. Well, we're gonna get you a good fighting style for PvE in the next episode, okay?
Okay.
Alright.